Welcome back, everybody. We got a very special thing planned for you all. We're going to go ahead and do an interview from a participant in our finals. So, man, I'm going to let you do the honors. Why don't you introduce yourself, your team, and what role you play?
I'm Jona from Young and Beautiful, and I play Hitscan.
All right. So if you don't know Jona, he was on Team Netherlands for a couple years. They did pretty well this time at BlizzCon. That must have been really fun for you. But that's enough about World Cup. Let's talk about Breakable Barriers and what it means for Tier 2. So you find yourself in the finals in the second Breakable Barriers. It's been a fun little thing between the Meme Dream teams and the contenders teams like Young and Beautiful, which is a familiar name. What does this tournament mean to you and what in Tier 2 for you, Jona, as like, what do you want to see come out of this in the future? And what are you getting out of it right now?
I think it's a great way to just get like tournament experience under your belt for the tier 2 and tier 3 teams, I guess. Since in the open division system you play once a week, a lot of the matches are against teams that aren't really good. Here it's more compact, and you actually get like to play against some good teams because the contender teams are actually participating, or a couple are at least, and hopefully more will in the future. For us, we're just doing it for fun. We don't care too much. But for the tier 3 teams, I think it's really, really good.
And would you say that kind of like relaxed, confidence coming in here has been helping your team out? Because some of these teams, we can only guess as to what's going on behind the screens, right? What's in the minds of the players? What's like your game plan coming into this tournament? You're just like, hey man, what we get is what we get, or are you like, we got this?
We're pretty relaxed. Maybe sometimes a little bit too relaxed going into games, I think. Like we kind of have to activate ourselves halfway through the map and be like, okay, come on.
Sorry, guys, I got to start playing with my hands.
All right, can you walk us through an activation? That seems like such an intense word.
Is
like,
there
what does
like
that
a
sound and
keyword
look like?
somebody's just suddenly yells out and they're like, all
No,
right, let's go.
It's more like if you lose like 1 or 2 fights in a row, everyone's kind of like, okay, and then and then everyone starts. And then the alt track starts, and everyone just kind of starts giving it all.
Yeah. So who's the one on your team right now? I know it's been relaxed, but we're at the finals now, right? There's going to be some bragging, right? So who on your team is the one that's kind of whipping everyone into shape, right? Maybe noticing, all right, we've lost this 2 fights in a row. Oh, we let that Hammond stall a little bit too long. Who's the one that's kind of telling your team, all right, let's clean it up, boys. Let's get it going.
Dance for sure. Dance gets fucking pissed when we start losing. So then everyone makes fun of him because he's pissed, and then everyone's like, okay, now we actually gotta win,
Yeah.
Anger is a really great way to motivate sometimes, not all the time, but in the right moments. Yep. And so, we talked about it generally, but what is it like for you? Do you like these tournaments? Do you would you rather be participating in a tournament that's a little bit more like contenders oriented with all of like the EU contenders teams like Hurricane, or would you want to participate in these a little bit more often?
I mean, I like this format, but I definitely think that if more contenders teams start playing, they should seed the high finishing teams into the second day directly, because the Saturday is just a waste of time right now. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but like there's a lot of like mixes of players that have never played together just participating for fun. But you do end up waiting like a lot of time between matches just to play for like half an hour, and then you wait an hour or whatever for the next round, and you just end up wasting like an entire Saturday just to qualify for the Sunday. So for future, that would be nice.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want it to be that the lower tier teams don't actually get any chance, right, to like battle it out and play a ton of matches if they get like cut out right away because they face the big teams. Yeah, you can see that.
And if the good teams get seeded on Sunday, then the games on Saturday will probably be closer as well. So I think it would be good.
Well, don't worry, sir. We'll write an email with your suggestion.
Thank you.
We'll put it in Poppy Jeff Kaplan's Dropbox. Like,
dear Jeff Kaplan.
Jona said
that we need to be seeded into the second day. But like, what about for you, man? So like, has there been? I know a lot of it has been meme oriented, and a lot of these are pickup groups, right? But have you seen any talent here? Maybe among some younger players that maybe have never had an opportunity to play on stream or throughout your tournament run that you want to shout out? Maybe some up and coming talent.
Yeah, who has anybody really impressed you?
I mean, it's hard to say from other teams because it's like the game is so team oriented that there's like a lot of talented tier 3 players, but there's not that many good tier 3 teams. So it's always difficult to say, because if a team plays better together as 6, they're always gonna roll over the others, even if there's individually talented players, right?
Yeah.
Teamwork
but
makes the dream work.
when it's about young players, like people like Yikids are like super nutty, and he's getting better fucking every day. So good.
Well, I mean, that is the goal.
Yeah.
And so when you're looking at your future, right, is there anything that you want to tell us about your 2020? Can you believe 2020 now?
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
new
man.
decade.
I
right?
know, right? We're all becoming boomers slowly but surely, my friend. Anything about your 2020 that you want to kind of key us in on?
I mean, I no, I'm probably gonna play 2020 with Yab, since most other rosters are starting to complete as well. But I think for 2020 we'll have a really strong roster, and we're hoping to push Showdown/Gauntlet.
Awesome.
Ooh, love it. Love the confidence. And it'll be so great. You get to stick with the same squad. Like you said, right? It's not like you can't just be a star on your own. You got to have that teamwork. You got to have that synergy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but we're going to see if you're going to be able to make the dream work here in the final. So is there anything else that you want to say to close things out, my friend, to your opponents in the final here, or to your fans that are watching?
No, I just hope that we have some good games, whether we win or lose. I hope it'll be entertaining.
All right.
So wholesome.
I like. I thought you were just going to stop at no, and that would have been that would have been hilarious, right? Because that's something I wish players would do a little bit more often, is like troll the interviewers,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Because it's like, hey, teamwork makes the dream work. Philosophical question. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try next time. I'll try better.
Appreciate it. But hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of you in 2020. We're definitely going to be seeing more of you in about 5 to 10 minutes. But thank you for coming on and letting us interview you. And I think that's going to be it for us. So thank you once again for coming on and sharing your thoughts about Tier 2 Breakable Barriers and what's going to happen in the finals. We're going to be back for that final between Tap and a Young and Beautiful in just a minute. Why don't you go ahead and warm up, and everyone else will see you when we come back.